Guys, today I am going to talk about the next major move for Bitcoin, what I see happening, but also for everyone holding altcoins, I do have massive news for you because we are right now seeing a fractal play out, a fractal that has led into crazy stuff for altcoins in the past. So guys, make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. I will go through everything. Welcome back everybody, my name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it. And what you can see for Bitcoin is that we are still on the 4-hourly time frame above the orange box here, which is very, very good. So we're still consolidating above this point. The bears tried once, as you know, here on the 4-hourly time frame, tried to put us down below the orange box, but didn't manage to do so. Instead, bulls took control again. And now we have not only closed several 4-hourly candles, we have also closed well, if you count this, it is 3 green candles above the orange box. So things are starting to look pretty decent here for Bitcoin, and it's looking likely. If I had to take a educated guess about what the next move is going to be, I am anticipating us to come up and go towards $68,000 at some point, right? So is it going to take a week? Is it going to take a month? Is it going to take a day? Well, eventually, I do think we are going to reach the $68,500 level. So from a technical standpoint, I still think that everything is looking really, really good. And yeah, I still think that this orange box did a very, very good job of holding up the Bitcoin price. This is what I was saying when we went down here. From this point, it has already gone up pretty decently. So that is good to see. But for now, I'm waiting for the $68,500 level. Now, for traditional markets, when we opened these ones up, you can see that we have gone sideways, which is good because after having a big pump here, the futures market is at least not going straight down on the opening here. Instead, we're going sideways, potentially a little bit tilting towards the upside even. So that is a good thing as well. So traditional markets, Bitcoin looking pretty well. Now, before I talk about this very important chart right here, I want to show you just one thing, and that is that Warren Buffett is right now holding $188 billion in cash in short-term treasury bills, collecting 5.4%. Now, every time Buffett has been holding record amounts of cash, as the Fed raises rates, an epic stock crash happens within the next 12 months, like it did in 2000s, 2008, and 2020. So what this chart is suggesting that whenever Warren Buffett holds large amounts of cash, in general, we have seen a crash about 12 months after he started to accumulate like this. Okay, so you had one right here in 2000s, you had one right here in 2008, you had one here in 2020, and then you have had it also in 2024, where we are at right now. So record amounts of money from Warren Buffett. So are we going to see a stock market crash? Well, we are about to find out. I just wanted to point this out. Now, for me, I do think that Bitcoin is looking pretty good still. And if we do see a crash in Bitcoin, well, then we need to go back and we need to look at these very key support levels to try to figure out where we should accumulate more Bitcoin, right? This is what I'm doing at least. So if we see a stock crash, it's most likely going to drag Bitcoin along with it. We can almost be certain about that. But yeah, then it's all about trying to accumulate at these key levels where we are seeing a high likelihood of a bounce, just like we saw right here. So, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I do not think that it is a certainty by any means of the imagination that we're going to see a crash. And yeah, just because it has happened many times before doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to happen now. But we will see about that. Now, let's talk about this. This is a big chart. It's on the 3-week chart. It was originally posted by Trading Shot. And what I want to show you is first you have the Bitcoin price with the regular candles here. And then in the black line, you have the others chart. Now, the others chart, as you know, is the altcoins outside of the top 10. So the altcoins that can go on, 10, 50, 100x runs in a bull market. So what I want to show you here is that we have a very defined pattern you have this blue is a pre-halving phase, and then the green box is when we have had the halving. And what you can see here is that when you had the halving in 2016, you saw the others chart. So the altcoins actually went down as Bitcoin went up. So why is this typically the case? That after the halving, everything apart from Bitcoin goes down in general, but Bitcoin goes up? Well, it is because obviously after the halving, there's a lot of interest in Bitcoin. Everyone wants to get into Bitcoin as it has had the halving. And so people start to sell off their altcoins and Bitcoin goes up. So that is really, really interesting to see that after the halving, altcoins tends to go down, have a little bit of a drop, and then Bitcoin goes up. And then after that, altcoin goes on an absolutely epic run. And I remember this very well, especially in 2017 when I got involved in crypto. You can see right here, you have the pre-halving phase. So you have Bitcoin bottom, you have alt bottoms. And then you have after the halving, the altcoins goes down quite a lot actually. Oh, this is not 2017. This is in fact, so this was 2017. So, but still the same kind of pattern happens here in 2017 as it did in 2020. So in 2020, after the halving, you have altcoins going down, you have Bitcoin going up as everyone are interested in Bitcoin after the halving. But in this cycle, you can see that we have a little bit of a different thing. So instead of the altcoins going down a lot after the halving, they actually start to go down a lot before the halving. And why is that? I think it has to do with the ETF, because the ETF brought the same amount of optimism for Bitcoin as the halving usually does. So it kind of put that a little bit earlier than usual. But after the halving, you usually see after the dump of the halving of the altcoins, you usually see the altcoins go on an epic run in this kind of megaphone pattern. So you can see right here, we did have the halving, we did have a little bit of a drop for the altcoins, and then after that, massive epic run for the altcoins. So now we have had the same thing, Bitcoin bottom, altcoin bottom, and we have had the drop already actually before the halving. Now we have had the halving, and now the question is, are we going to have another drop in the altcoins? I do not necessarily think so, because the altcoins have gone down a lot already. And typically what you see that the altcoins go down after the halving, I do think that a large part of that drop has already occurred into the halving, right? So that is what I believe. And I do think that there's going to come a point, guys, when you see this kind of run, like you saw right here, boom, 2016, like you saw right here, boom, 2019, like you typically see, we are not really there right now, okay? Altcoins are chugging along here, but we are not seeing something similar to these kind of price pumps for the smaller altcoins. So I do think it's going to happen eventually. So it will be important to pick the right coins, which I am going to try to help you with here on the channel. So guys, this is really what I got for you. It was a little bit of a shorter video, but I hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.